this month's show, we look at Instagram marketing tips from Amfluence, how streaming service Roku is boosting its ad tech, and we talk to Exoclick's Lee Robinson, who gives us the lowdown on the importance of the push notification ad format. You're watching The Additive, the show that brings you all things ad tech. Hello and welcome to the show. So let's kick off with Instagram. Now, according to mobile brand advertising company Cargo, ad views were 8.3 times more effective on Instagram than banner ads inside gaming apps and 5.4% more effective than desktop ads. Now, of course, not all Instagram marketing is performed with ad buying. It's also a great tool for content marketing. Now, Instagram marketing agency Amfluence has created an in-depth article called A Marketer's Guide to Instagram Captions. So, when a post, a photo or a video is uploaded on Instagram, before being published, there is a section where users are allowed to enter text describing the post. Now, the text is called a caption. After publishing a post, the caption is displayed below the post on mobile or on the right of the photo on desktop. Now, the guide is packed full of tips about using emojis, the latest trends in captions, in engagement, so it's a really useful thing to have if you're an Instagram marketeer. For example, did you know that after 125 characters, the caption will be truncated and viewers will need to click more to view the full caption? Also, that influencers with 1 million followers get more engagement with 1 to 50 characters in their captions, and the maximum number of hashtags allowed in each post caption is 30. So there's lots of information for you to really fine-tune your Instagram content marketing campaigns, and all you need to do is visit amfluence.com at the link below. OTT streaming service Roku has acquired Boston-based Datachew, a demand-side platform that will allow marketeers to plan, buy and optimize their video ad campaigns that run on Roku's devices and services. Now, the deal, priced at $150 million, is meant to help Roku further grow its suite of tools for advertisers by providing a data-driven solution. Currently, Roku has 30.5 million active users who are watching content via Roku's OS, either on their streaming media players or on Roku TV. Now, even though more and more consumers are cutting the TV and cable cord and adopting streaming services, advertisers spend over $70 billion on traditional TV ads. And as more and more consumers move over to streaming services, Roku is aiming to take a share of those advertising dollars with the Datachew deal. So forget Black Friday, because Exoclick is running Black Month throughout the whole month of November. It's a 50% cashback promotion for 3 of our ad formats. That's video slider, email clicks, and push notifications. Now, talking of push notifications, we have here Lee Robinson, head of advertising at Exoclick, who is our push notification expert, and he's going to give us the lowdown on push notifications. Welcome to The Additive, Lee.
It's a pleasure to be here, Giles.
Nice to have you on the show. We wanted to do this for quite a long time now.
Thank you.
Get your expertise, of course.
Thank you.
So let's talk about push notifications.
Yeah.
I mean, why is this such a great ad format?
Well, Exoclick, we do lots of different formats, obviously within the network, but push, it's a relatively new ad format within the online arena. And one of the reasons why it's such a good quality product is because it has a 100% opt-in ad format. So what that means is the user actually has to press, yes, I want to receive the push notification. It's very different than any other ad format where you're just giving it regardless of whether you want it or not.
And this is from a publisher's website then. So any publisher website they go to, they see this opt-in button, they can opt in.
They can say yes or no. So if they're receiving it, they've said yes. So it's a unique ad format in that sense. But equally, it's also a very a unique format because they can also say, even when they've said yes, if they feel like they want to cancel it any time, they can cancel it any time.
Okay.
So it's unique in the sense that it's very user-friendly, which is good for the advertiser and good for the publisher.
So basically the user has control over the receiving of that.
One of the other very positive points is it has very high visibility. The reason why it has very high visibility is because, unlike, again, display banners, the user or a user has to be on a website in order to see it. And with push, it's sent throughout the day. We send on average around 1 every 6 hours, so 4 every day. But the user, 90% of push is on mobile. The user doesn't have to be on a website or their browser. They receive push notification as if it was almost like an instant message. So it's very personalized, it's very individual, and it makes it a unique ad format.
So what verticals are advertisers targeting with push then?
All verticals I think work well, but particularly dating is the top. Cams and Nutra. Dating because it's personal, it's on your mobile. Like I said before, the majority is on mobile. Some is on desktop, but the majority is on. And you're using it as a mobile. It's very personalized. So you're receiving it like an instant message. You get a message from a girl or a guy, and you're much more likely to respond to it. Cams, the benefit of it is using promotions, and then Nutra, again, like dating, it's a very personal perspective using it on your mobile.
So from a publisher perspective then, I guess subscriber lifetime is sort of really important for them, because the longer the subscribers are there, you know, the more revenues they're going to generate from that. So how does Exoclick actually ensure that push notifications don't cause the subscriber to cancel?
Yeah, it's a good question, and I think it's an important question. The reason why is I think all users now are inundated with ads. They're spammed via email, via websites. Push notification, we make sure we keep a happy medium. We don't want to be aggressive, but we also want to make revenue. So like I said before, we send around 4 pushes a day to users, but on average they receive about 2. This is very different than our competitors, the other networks, who in many instances send over 10. What happens in that instance when you can imagine all the WhatsApps you're receiving, everything else, you're receiving over 10 ads, you're much more likely to say no, cancel. On Exoclick, on average, it's around 2 per day. So you're much less likely to cancel that. Therefore, in our instance, it's much more a long game than a short game.
For the publisher.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In some instances, I think we have over 100-day subscription, lifetime subscription, which is pretty impressive.
Well, that's great then. So that publisher is monetizing that person for 100 days or
more. 100 days. And I mean, the last thing you want from a push is that the user says cancel. If you're being very aggressive, that's what they're going to do. With Exoclick, we ensure that's not the case.
Great. So for advertisers then, I mean, do you have any bidding tips for push?
Yeah, there's, I mean, as with the whole platform, Exoclick, you can do lots of deep targeting. One of the key ones, I think, is Auto Bidder. Auto Bidder allows you to automatically optimize your campaigns without actually doing the work behind it. All you need to do is put a CPA, and the Exoclick platform, the Exoclick servers will do their job. Also, different pricing models, CPC and CPM. Are very important. CPC on push in order to get partner networks, and also RTB. So this is traffic that is not direct to Exoclick. The majority of the traffic we have is direct, which is generally much better quality. But CPC also works well with A/B testing. So if you're starting out, I would recommend CPC. Then CPM to get higher quality, you can put bidding, so put high CPM bidding to get the higher quality. Of course, the Exoclick platform, you're bidding with other bidders. But I would also recommend as well, again, going back to not being too aggressive, using frequency capping. And all that combined allows you to send out a good ad that won't get cancelled and gets high conversion.
So you recommend testing with some frequency capping to find the right balance?
Exactly.
Then.
It's very, very important. With any ad format, but I think especially push, because it's a very personal ad format.
Okay, and so like, say I've got a campaign running, are there any tips you can give me to make sure that I get maximum click-through rate?
Yep. Well, I think making sure that you have your campaigns, on the Exoclick campaigns, you can have up to 20 campaigns, 20 creatives, within the campaign. As I mentioned before, you want to make sure that you're not inundating the user with too many ads, and secondly, the same ad. So make sure you have variety, and depending on what type of product you have. So I think I mentioned before, if it's dating, make sure it's a catchy tagline.
A seductive
tagline. Seductive. Make sure you're, as if you were speaking with a date. You want to get the person's attention. You don't want to be too overly drawn out, but you want it to be very catchy. If it comes, I would say more on the promotion side. So it's very, very important to to make sure that the words are correct and it's not overly done.
And what about emojis? Can you use emojis on there?
Yeah, and they're very, very successful. We've seen from a lot of statistics that people really respond to them.
Oh, so it has a higher click-through rate.
Yeah, very much so, yeah.
Well, great. Well, thank you, Lee, for giving us the lowdown there on the
You're
push
more than
notifications. And that wraps up the show for today. So until
Next
next time.
time.